What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Hope all of you had a great weekend this weekend. Uh, it is hot as fuck. It is like 90 degrees. I am like sweating my ass off. It is hot. Um, anyway, let me get into this GH episode for today. Where do I start? I think I'll start with Luke and Tracy just to get this out the way. So Luke and Tracy are at the hospital getting his test results. They're quickly, they're anticipating this. Tracy's sure something is wrong with Luke's liver. So the doctor comes in, taking his precious time. He finally tells them that there's nothing wrong with Luke's liver, but there is something else wrong with him. So they go to commercial break. Of course, the doctor takes fucking forever to tell him what's wrong with him. I get so sick of that. I'm like, okay, I was just yelling at the TV like, come on, old man, let's go. Tell him what's wrong so we can move on to the next scene. So he finally talks to him about it and tells him that, there's something else that they haven't diagnosed yet. That's something, wrong with him and it's destroying his body, but they don't really know what it is. So Luke is wondering, is it treatable? Can they treat it? And, they don't know what steps to take right now, it seems. So, they're going to leave it at that and they're going to figure something out. They want to run more tests or do whatever they want to do. Luke looked like he was ready to jump out of his skin. Tracy was eating cheesy puffs like it ain't no damn. Tracy's a nut. I love the way though Tracy has Luke's back, but of course I already know Luke is probably gonna cut and run because the summertime is coming and it's time for Anthony Gary to take his summer vacation. So they're gonna try and find a way to write him out, so he could take his summer break. So for people wondering why Anthony Gary is taking the summer off, let me recap. It is in Anthony Gary's contract that he gets the summer off and he gets the winter off. That's why we don't normally see him around January or February or whatever, because it's the winter time and it's in his contract. Just to answer that question. I know Luke is going to make it. There's no way they're killing Luke Spencer off. There's just no way. I think he's going to be sticking around until the day he dies. But like I said, I love the way Tracy has his back and, she's always there for Luke, even though they're divorced and they've been divorced for 2 years now. It is what it is. That's loyalty. And I respect that. Moving on. So everybody's at the Metro Court. Lucy and AJ are talking and, Laura and Scott come into the Metro Court restaurant and they're all talking and Lucy is her bubbly self. So AJ is talking with Scotty and Scotty, they're talking about Elizabeth and he was saying is Elizabeth and AJ getting serious, are they good? And he's sure Nicholas isn't too happy about it. And AJ was telling him, Nicholas could care less or whatever. He's not too caring about it. And AJ says, I know that Nicholas is your son-in-law. I was thinking in my head, did he really just say son-in-law? I didn't know Nicholas was married to one of Scotty's daughters. I was just laughing. I'm like, was that a play on words or did the writers fuck that up? I think it was a glitch in the script. Because don't you mean stepson, not son-in-law? Nicholas is not Scotty's son-in-law. He's his stepson. Hello, he just married the man mother. I would call AJ dumb, but I think it was the writers. Because I don't think AJ would botch and say son-in-law by accident. I think that was an ad-lib. So they're talking and then Lucy and Laura are talking about things about business and Lucy tells her that she wants to revive Deception Cosmetics. For those of you who are new and don't know what Deception Cosmetics is, Let me give you a quick backstory. Deception Cosmetics was a company that was founded years ago by Laura Spencer and Lucy Coe. They founded it, they ran it. Lucy left the company. Carly took her shares of the company, and then the company went bankrupt, and now nobody owns it. So now they're trying to revive the company. I love it. I love the idea of bringing back Deception, because I was feeling like there were not enough companies in this town anymore. Because for the last couple of years, for the last 2 years, all we had in town was ELQ. Ever since Nicholas left, all we had was ELQ, and now we got ELQ, and now we got Cassadine Industries back. We need more companies in this town. Like, look at Y&R, look at Days of Our Lives. They got all these other companies. Like, they got Demira Enterprises, Titan Publishing. Y&R has Jabot, Chancellor, Newman. We need more companies. You know, they got Beauty and Nature. We need more companies on General Hospital. So I'm glad that they're bringing back Deception Cosmetics. I was quite fond of that company, and I'm glad Laura and Lucy decided to, Lucy decided to bring it back, and she decided to, ask Laura to come back in. And Laura asked her the best question to ask somebody like Lucy Coe: do you have money? Like, bringing a company up from the ground is not cheap. It's going to cost millions, maybe even hundreds of millions of dollars. So it's not cheap. Like, Lucy, I love the fact that Lucy thinks big. I love that. Ever since, like, the Nurse's Ball, Lucy always has a big imagination, but a small budget. That's the problem. But finally, I know, yeah, and that's what Laura was telling Lucy. We need investors. Bringing a company back is not cheap. And I agree. And Lucy was like, see, this is why you're the sense of all of this. I'm like, yeah, somebody has to have sense in the business world. Because if you don't have any sense, your company is going to go down very quick. Like a fucking 550 jet. I'm telling you, the shit is going to go down. I'm glad that they're bringing it back. It's going to be easy for them to get an investor. All they got to do is go to Nicholas. Hell, he's a billionaire. Go to him. So Scott comes over, and they tell him their plans of bringing Deception back, and Scott was a little weary of the idea. So I love this, because it's about time Lucy did something other than walk around Port Charles. 2, it's time for Laura to get back to work, because you can't just live off of somebody else's cash and I'm pretty sure Laura doesn't have plenty of money, because when she was in Paris, Nicholas was paying all of her bills. So I think it's time for her to get back into the business world. And show that she's a powerhouse like she was. So Scott says, back to Deception, and Lucy mentioned that Scott might run for district attorney again. Oh Lord. Port Charles, watch out. Because if Scott is back as district attorney, Sonny, you better watch your back. I'm just saying. Because he went hard after the Zakara organization 5 years ago. So watch out. So yeah, they toasted to Deception Cosmetics. They had their champagne. Scott, I do not want him to be a part of this company. I feel like this should be all Lucy and Laura. I feel like Scott just needs to back off and worry about his lawyer job. Anyway, moving on. Carly and Sean were at the police station talking, and Carly's trying to convince him not to snitch, like not to turn yourself in. So Dante and Ann are going over the evidence, and they figure it out. The gun that they found, the shell casing didn't match, so therefore it couldn't have been Sean that did this. So they go into the interrogation room, and Dante's like, what are y'all two doing in here, or whatever, talking and all that. So, he wanted to know what Sean came there to tell them, and Carly kept trying to interfere, talking about, oh, y'all not going to be accusing any of us or anything, and Dante talking about, we're not accusing you. Shut the fuck up, Dante. Because is it just my imagination, or on yesterday's episode, did Dante not accuse Carly of being the mastermind behind this? So what do you mean you're not accusing anybody of anything? Yes, you are. Dante, shut your little attitude ass up. He's annoying. Please fire him. He is a nuisance on the show. Dante serves no purpose. He's not doing anything for the storylines. He's not doing anything for the ratings. Bye. Go back to Bensonhurst. Go back to Manhattan and be an NYPD cop again. Please just go. You're annoying. Damn. Him and Lulu walk around town like they're a fucking super couple or something, and y'all have done nothing to ruin y'all marriage. Y'all haven't been through anything, so fuck off. In the words of Gordon Ramsay from Hell's Kitchen, piss off. Anyway, so Sean was about to talk. Carly keeps speaking for him, and Dante talking about, are you his lawyer now? That shit was too funny though. I had to laugh at that. Carly swears she a little mini Johnny Cochran or something. She need to go sit her ass down. So they admit that the shell casing didn't match the gun, and so Carly's a little relieved, talking about something. So therefore, we're innocent. There's another shooter. So she was like, either you're going to charge us or you're going to let us go. And Dante talking about, well, we could hold you for 48 hours. What's the fucking point? What's the point of holding them for questions? They're not going to tell you anything. So Sean tells them the only reason why he came there was to tell them that if they need his help in the investigation, he's free. He can help them. So they walk out or whatever, and Carly is hysterical. She's so happy that they finally got off. So they're walking through the park, and she's cheesing like a fucking Cheshire cat because they just got away with it. Dante and Anna figure out that, you know, Dante's happy because he's relieved Sean wasn't the shooter, so now he don't believe Sonny had anything to do with it. So now they gotta figure out who else wanted Franco dead. Carly and Sean arrive at the Metro Court, and AJ pulls Carly aside, telling her, "Oh, what are you doing here?" or whatever. I'm like, AJ, she fucking owns the place. What do you mean, what is she doing here? Talking about some, oh, Elizabeth coming over, we're gonna have dinner, we're in a good place right now, I don't want you coming over dropping little hints that me and you slept together. First of all, I had a problem with that conversation. AJ, shut the fuck up. Like, why are you in a public place talking about you and Carly had sex? Shut up. She didn't come near for you. She didn't even know that you were there. And she's dealing with something way bigger than your stupid ass. She don't care about you and Elizabeth. Clearly she don't give a fuck. So mind your business. Go about your business. Like, you just talking about, oh, don't, you just giving her a reason to come over and say something by you even acknowledging Carly. Shut the fuck up. She not even thinking about you. And Carly told him that. She told him, like, she's dealing with something way bigger than him. She don't give a damn about him. So her and Sean go out to the terrace or whatever like that, and Sean finds the bullet that he shot, that he fired, and he found it under the planter. So now they're happy because now that they found the bullet, the cops ain't got shit on them. So now that they feel like they're, you know, Carly feel like they're innocent. But I feel like this. No, you're not innocent. You still ordered a hit. He still fired a gun. So technically you're not innocent. Yeah, you're innocent of shooting Olivia, but you're far from innocent in the case. Just saying. So Elizabeth is at the park with Nicholas, and she hears the recording, and she sends the boys away to go play while she talked to Nicholas. So Nicholas asks, you know, so she asks him a bunch of questions and stuff like that, and he tells her that Tracy gave him the recording. She said no, Tracy doesn't just give anybody anything for free. So he says that he bought the recording pretty much. He paid her, he gave her some money for the recording, so she was pissed that he basically bought the recording. So he tells her that he was planning to tell her about it and let her listen to the audio, but he backed off, and he told AJ that if he did anything else to hurt her, he would give her the recording. So AJ's calling her phone or whatever. She answers the phone and tells him, he asks her where was she because they had dinner reservations or whatever. And she says, you know, she got caught up and that she'll make it. So Nicholas is gonna watch the boys or whatever, and she left. And Spencer asked Nicholas, was he mad at him or whatever, and Nicholas told him no, he was just he's mad at himself. So Elizabeth arrives at the Metro Court, and as soon as she walks up to AJ, she just put the phone on the table, and he asked her if she expecting a call, and she hit the play button on her phone and played the recording for him. I could see his jaw clenching. And I know a lot of people don't like Elizabeth. I'm not a big fan of Elizabeth. But it's 2013. I'm not going to continue to hate on her or say hurtful things to her, because what she did to Jason, Sam, and all that, that was in 2012. That was the past. Sam got over it. She's not, you know, upset about it anymore, clearly. And, you know, she's letting it go. I mean, she's not forgetting what Elizabeth did. I don't forget what Elizabeth did, you know, over the years or whatever. But it's a new year. Elizabeth hasn't done anything wrong this year yet. So I'm going to just be objective about it. Some of y'all might not agree, but I really don't care. I'm going to be objective. And that's my job when I do these videos. I try to be objective, and I'm trying to be objective now. Elizabeth has a right to be pissed at AJ for what he did with Carly. Like, seriously. Elizabeth don't like Carly. AJ claimed he don't like Carly, but you slept with her. And you lied to Elizabeth about it. She got every right to be pissed and kick him to the curb. And I wouldn't blame her if she did. Honestly, I wouldn't blame her. But it was just funny the way she just put that phone down there and played the recording, because I didn't think she was going to do that. I thought she was going to kind of be sarcastic and play with him for a minute. I didn't think she was going to be so blunt and direct, but I'd be damned if she did. So I can't wait to see this play out. Michael and Kiki are in the boathouse talking or whatever about they kiss or whatever, and Michael wants to know what's up with the two of them, and she's telling him why they can't be together, why it can't go any further. I'm like, for one, y'all cousins. Here's my thing. If Franco turns out not to be a Quartermaine and they're not blood related, I wouldn't give a fuck if they hooked up. Honestly, I wouldn't even care if they became a couple. I would not care. Let's be clear. But they are currently related as of now, so therefore I care, and I don't want to see no incest. I don't want to see that. Bring in Scott Baldwin's daughter and let her be with Michael. Bring that in. But from a rumor that I heard Serena Baldwin was supposed to get involved with Kiki and Morgan, not Michael. I heard she wants Morgan. I don't know if that's true. Take it with a grain of salt, but that's just what I heard. So anyway, Ava, Jerome, and Frank are in the living room talking. I don't really care about their conversation. They're, you know, she's threatening to turn him in for the relish, and he agrees to cut her in on his piece of ELQ when he takes over. And Morgan is listening on the other side of the door, so Franco tells Ava to be quiet for a second. He gets up and opens the door and sees Morgan. So Morgan says that he's coming in to get his laptop. Franco picks up the laptop and then he gives it to him. Morgan leaves, and Franco's wondering how much did Morgan hear that conversation. But Ava tells him that he's harmless. So they start talking about the Kiki and how he want her to help him get into a better relationship with Kiki. And she's worried about whoever tried to kill him, would they come back and try to finish the job. Then there's a flashback to that night. It was Ava Jerome that pulled the trigger, that shot Olivia. I firmly believe Ava Jerome is a part of the Jerome crime family. I believe she is. Some people say she's not. I believe she is. How does bitch know how to snipe? How she know how to be a sniper and pull off a good shot? How does she know how to do that? And it was a good shot. Wrong target, mind you. Wrong target, good shot. But she's a part of that family, I'm sure of it. So anyway, am I missing anybody in today's episode that I haven't talked about? If I am, remind me. But anyway, tomorrow's episode should be a doozy. Luke, I guess Helena Cassadine might actually be alive. She sent Luke a video or whatever. He opened up his laptop or whatever. But anyway, I hope all of you have a great day. I will see all of you tomorrow. Have a great day. It's a hot day, but have a great day.